Hey guys, this is LeeBonhind92 with my first commentary from Call of Duty Black Ops. As you can see, it's my brother's gameplay you're looking at, not mine. Gameplay is not what I wanted to talk about, though my brother's score was 21-5. So anyways, let's wind the clocks back to your childhood, okay? Every time your parents rented an animated Disney classic, such as The Lion King or Aladdin, you'd be hyped. Now let's fast forward the clocks to where you show your kids the same movie. In most cases, after the screening, you're still fascinated with the movie, as are your kids. But in other cases, with those who have their thinking caps on, actually see differences that are compared to what you saw as a kid. I'm sorry, I stuttered too much. It is my first commentary. I want to take a shot at it. Now I probably know what you're thinking. How is this different from the 2 time intervals? Well, hear it from me. Disney movies are meant mainly for pure entertainment for family, right? And I kinda agree. But it's the controversy of these films that make the difference of what you saw from these 2 stages in your life. And I wrote an English paper about it for my English 102 class. I felt like I wanted to share the thesis with you. Now for those who may have heard, we've got this old age rumor I think some of us don't quite understand. Is Walt Disney a Nazi? The real answer is no. What I think got him into such mess is that he made allies with the Motion Picture Alliance for the preservation of American ideals, I think sometime in the 30s or 40s, which does depict stuff that are kind of anti-Semitic. And that doesn't include Walt Disney's 3 Little Pigs in 1933. I chose this cartoon because it depicted the wolf as a Jewish peddler. That scene where he failed to huff and puff at the House of Bricks and all that stuff. That scene spread so much uproar among the entire Jewish audience. I actually quoted somebody, Rabbi JX, from Neil Gaiman's novel, Walt Disney, The Triumph of American Imagination. He says, "Vile, revolting, and unnecessary as to constitute as a direct affront to the Jews." Walt Disney actually ignored the fact that the Allied studio was anti-Semite, but years to come, he will see that it has left a permanent stain on his name. So I guess that this is the thing that he is personally ashamed of. Anyways, moving on to World War II, when the Americans entered against the Axis powers. That's Hitler with Nazi Germany, Hirohito with Japan, and Benito Mussolini with Italy. What does this have to do with Disney, you ask? Well, when the war came to America, Disney began making war propaganda cartoons at the time, such as Der Führer's Face, featuring Donald Duck as a Nazi, though it was kind of a dream. Education for Death, which was the depiction of how a child becomes a Nazi through the Hitler Youth, and The New Spirit, which is a propaganda film that if you pay your taxes, your spirit is going to help win the war. So what these cartoons have in common is that they have a strong dose of emotions, or pathos for those who are familiar with the rhetoric triangle. So why emotions? Remember, this is World War II I'm talking about. It delivers a strong patriotic feeling among Americans at the time. So a year after the war, 1946, Disney released Song of the South, which is one of the most controversial Disney movies of all time because it showed a racial slave-master relationship, as well as black stereotypes such as Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, and Brer Bear. These characters were on par with the crows from Dumbo, which is another racial stereotype featuring as if they're uneducated, poor, lazy, and jazz-happy. The good side out of this, however, is that they understood the main character's troubles, like Uncle Remus with little Johnny from Song of the South. So yeah, I mean the 30s and 40s were times when white Protestant Americans tipped their hats to racism. But now today, most of us would be ashamed and disappointed of this. 43 years from then, on November 17, 1989, The Little Mermaid came out, signifying the beginning of the Disney Renaissance, and it would continue all the way to Tarzan. The Little Mermaid was a great movie, but it has its issues when the VHS cover box came out. There was uproar about the cover artwork, which shows one of King Trident's spires in the shape of a dick. This was actually due to a hurried overnight attempt to finish the cover artwork, and what's funny is that the designer didn't know he was designing a dick of a spire. Well, that didn't come out right. And who could forget that infamous wedding scene when the preacher's seen having a boner? According to an article by Barbara and David Mickelson, he was actually bending his knee under a tunic. Again, it was a design flaw there that seems to have been mistaken Disney viewers. I mean, it was so bad. A woman in Arkansas filed a lawsuit against Disney in 1995. It was eventually dropped. And we all know that Disney has no intentions of selling sex either way. though people do mistake it as if they do. Like for example, in The Lion King where Simba lies down on near the cliff, there's a pollen cloud spelling sex. Of course, it was basically another design flaw or leak, something like that, but you kind of get the message. I obviously wish I could have talked more about Disney controversy, but this gameplay is coming to an end, so I am running out of time. Hopefully you guys found this informative to what the controversy is all about. If you didn't, feel free to leave me some constructive criticism. I won't accept other people saying that you're a fucking asshole, you blubber too much, blah blah blah. Well, at least I'm trying, so if you say something nasty like this, I'm obviously gonna block you. Anyway, that's my first commentary attempt. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and farewell and be swell. Have a good day.